Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yuni from English Literature. Okay, I want to explain about language comprehension. What is language comprehension in psycholinguistic? The comprehension of language in the domains of both written and spoken communication requires the coding of print of acoustic feature of speech to create mental representations of meaning, event, and situation. Okay, I want to explain comprehension spoken or spoken word recognition. The perception of spoken words would seem to be an extremely difficult task. Speech is distributed in time, a fleeting signal that has a few reliable cues to the boundaries between segments and words. The paucity of cause leads to what is called the segmentation problem or the problem of listeners. A sequence of discrete units even talk the acoustic signal. To printed word recognition, speech is as old as our species and is found in all human civilizations. Reading and writing are never unless widespread. This fact led us to expect what readers would use the visual representations that are provided by print to recover the phonological, and linguistic structure of the message. Okay, next, there are three components of language comprehension. 1. Background knowledge. 2. Vocabulary knowledge. And 3. Language or text structure. Why is language comprehension important for reading? In order to have reading comprehension, we must be able to decode words and have language comprehension. These work together to lead to reading comprehension. You cannot have one without the other. This is all based on the simple field reading, which I have talked about is science of reading quite. You can see how we need language comprehension along with word recognition to achieve skilled reading and the scorebooks reading rope below. Language comprehension is what allows us to understand what others are saying and the word we are reading. We can follow direction, have conversation, interact with others in public, and read to learn. If a student can read the sentence, the group on the floor entitled the dog, but doesn't know what the words group or entitled mean, then they cannot comprehend the next. Comprehension of sentence and discourse. Psycholinguistic have addressed the phenomena of sentence comprehension in different ways. Some theories have focused on the fact that the sentence comprehension system continually records novel representation of novel message following the constraints of language grammar and thus with remarkable speed. Phenomena specific to the comprehension of written language. Written language carries of information that is not available in the auditory signal. For example, word boundaries are effectively indicated in many languages, and readers seldom have to suffer the kinds of degradation in signal quality that are commonly experienced by listeners in noisy environments. And the next, competitive constraint-based theories have also emphasized discourse and situational context as constraints on sentence comprehension. Research have taken advantage of the fact that listeners quickly direct their eyes to reference to what they heard as shown by the Alapena et al. Study mentioned in the earlier discussion of spoken word recognizing. To study how comprehension is created by situational context, Spivey, Tenhaus, Eberhard, and Sidefy, 2001, found that when a listener hears a command like pat the cup of the napkin under the book, the eyes move quickly to an empty napkin when the context contained just one cup, even if the cup had been a napkin. And what are the three main components that contribution to reading comprehension? One, decoding fluency and vocabulary skills are a key to reading comprehension. Being able to connect ideas within and between sentences help kids understand the whole text. What is important of comprehension? Comprehension adds meaning to what is reading comprehension. Of course, when words on a page are not just more words but thoughts and ideas. Comprehension makes reading enjoyable, fun, and informative. It is needed to succeed in school, work, life in general. In the end, what are the seven comprehension strategies? 1. Activating, inferring, monitoring, clarifying, questioning, searching, selecting, summarizing, and visualizing, organizing. Okay, this is my explanation about language comprehension. If I give a mistake, so I'm sorry, Mister. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.